All right, we're going to give you a quick tutorial on how our remote control works with our, this is the Hydra 3500, but it will work with Hydra 2500, 3500, 5000, Solar Flare Mini, and Solar Flare Max. I forgot to bring a fiber optic cable home with me from the office. We're doing this at home because of coronavirus right now. But normally these two would be connected through a fiber optic cable. It's not included with the remote. You got to purchase it separately. We do that because a lot of the time people already have a fiber optic cable and don't want to have to make you buy another one if you already own it. All right, so you'll see when the light, you'll see these lights on the remote here. There's one underneath each port, fiber optic port, and then there's one in the center here that's blinking. You don't need to do anything to turn it on other than just tap any one of the buttons. It'll wake up. And then before it will control one of our lights, you do need to make sure that you unlock the light. So that's pressing and holding both buttons until the battery level indicator lights up. Once that's lit up, you can see it's not on, but it's ready to be used and it can now be controlled by the remote. So to use it here today without the fiber optic cable, I'm just going to hold it up to the remote port. It'll see the infrared signal and it'll function. So I'll give you an idea on how it works. So there's three buttons on the remote. The center one controls the mode and turns it on or off. And then the outside buttons control the intensity, so up or down. So once the light's unlocked, all you're going to do is press and hold the center button. One quick tap and it's going to turn on. You can see here as you tap it, that's the center button. It's going to go through the different modes. You're back to the start. So you're going to adjust the intensity here. You can see. And then your modes. So it's very straightforward. To go into sleep or standby or turn the light off, essentially, you're just going to press and hold that center button. That's the center button of the remote. You can see it's still lit up here, so it's indicating it's unlocked. It's basically just asleep. You press and hold the center button again, and you're back on again. So let me just turn this guy off here. It's not quite so bright. So you can control up to two lights at a time, one off each port here, one off each fiber optic port. You'll notice that I showed you there's a light between each port too, or underneath each port. So you can actually control each light on each side independently. And to do that, all you do is press and hold the either outside button, basically whatever corresponds with the port. So your right button controls your right port. You can see now that that LED is turned off here. You can do the same thing on the left side. Press and hold the outside button. You can see they're both turned off. And when those LEDs are turned off, that's essentially saying that these ports here are turned off and it's not going to control the light. So if you want to just control one light at a time, you want to do some sort of creative lighting from the side, or just, for whatever reason you want to control one light differently than the other, you can do that. You can just see here now this port's turned on, so it'll work. It'll control the light. This one is still off, so it will do nothing. Turn it back on. You can see they're both lit up there. So sometimes people get in a hang up. They'll call us or send us an email, say my remote's not working properly. 99% of the time, they just don't realize they've turned off the port by accident. Once you press and hold either one of those buttons, get those LEDs lit up, that remote's going to control your lights just fine. You don't need to do anything to turn it off. After a couple minutes in activity, it will go to sleep. So do remember that when you're in the water too. If you are using it and you haven't used it for 5-10 minutes or whatever, you're going to have to press it once to wake it up before it'll control your lights. So it's not that it's not working, it's just asleep. You need to quick press a button to wake it up. All right, thanks everybody, and hope you're all staying safe.